Hey, my name is Kate Story, and I'm an organic farmer in Manitoba, and my husband and I raise organic beef and organic grain, and we use alfalfa on our farm in our pastures. Our pastures are half grass and half alfalfa, more or less, and we have to reseed those pastures every time we rotate our grain fields our pasture fields to a grain field. We are concerned about staying legal and not being sued by Monsanto or any other seed producer. I harvest my own alfalfa and grass seed from my own fields, and then I use it to reseed. I have no way to be assured that that alfalfa has not invaded my pastures. And so when I harvest my seed, am I against the law? Am I planting a variety that's controlled? I have no way of knowing that.
I'm Dean Harder, and we farm out in Low Farm, Manitoba. But the fact that it can easily cross-pollinate, I mean very easily cross-pollinate, and then all of a sudden when all the alfalfa becomes GM right away, that just doesn't make sense and it's not healthy. And so then all of a sudden you have corporations owning the patent to the seed, right? Which is exactly what you don't want. You've seen this with canola, which has offered us basically the example.
It could become like the Roundup canola, potentially, where you have nothing but the choice of a Roundup GMO alfalfa, and so then you are stuck. I mean, you become like an addict. You have to go every year to pay money for this new seed.
The whole issue of GM alfalfa is a matter of control.
My name is Glenn Tate. I've got a conventional farm close to North Battleford, Saskatchewan. I'm not worried that contamination might happen. I say it shall happen. It will happen. It is unavoidable. If genetically modified alfalfa exists now anywhere in the plots, in test fields, it will come across North America. We can't stop it. It's cross-pollinated by insects, and it's bound to happen.
I'm Marcella Peterson.
My name is Karen Peterson.
We're from Cut Knife, Saskatchewan. Beekeeping in our family has been on the 5th generation, 3 of which have been in Canada. I'm very worried.
There's several crops that the bees collect honey from. Alfalfa is one of the main crops. It's actually a particularly tasty form of honey.
My name is Marty Betcher. I farm in Ontario, north of London. We grow alfalfa as part of a forage mix on our farm, and being organic farmers, the repercussions would be we would lose our market.
Organic certification says that we cannot feed GMO alfalfa to our cattle. I didn't plant it, but it may be there. As an organic farmer, I'm stuck.
My name is Corey Olica, and I am an organic beef farmer. And a little bit of grains. I farm in northern Alberta, about 70 miles north of Edmonton. The prospect of having genetically modified alfalfa that's not going to be distinguishable in any way, shape, or form from conventional varieties frightens me. We've seen what's happened with canola, and those products are basically impossible to grow on an organic basis any longer because of the proliferation of GM varieties in the seed stock supply. So it could put a very big threat into organic livestock and alfalfa production for sure.
I don't see any advantage in having Roundup resistant alfalfa. I do see a potential downside. There are people who export organic hay, and if that genetically modified DNA gets in that alfalfa, there goes their export markets. I do see a tremendous downside.
One of the things that did happen when canola was introduced as a GM crop is it never crossed their minds to consider how that would affect canola or honey markets. You know, it was only going to affect the canola growers, but it also affected honey markets, and we lost markets because of that. So in terms of my pocketbook, I have a concern.
There is a number of seed producers that do export, and Europe is a major market. Europe does not accept GMO alfalfa seed or GMO anything really. And so that whole side of their market is completely destroyed instantly as soon as GMO alfalfa comes into this country.
My name is Maxime Laplante. I'm a diversified farmer in Quebec. And my concern about GMOs in alfalfa would be, I'm not sure the consumers will be willing to drink milk which is made from GMO alfalfa. So I think there is a huge risk for the farmers to lose their markets.
Hi, my name is Dan Ferguson and I'm from Vancouver Island. I'm a small market farmer. I would have to stop using alfalfa. My customers and my customer base would not like that and would pull my product from their shelves effectively.
My name is Kathleen Cherponce. I am a farmer from East Central Alberta. We ranch just a couple of miles south of a little town called Castor. It would be incredibly detrimental for us to have GM alfalfa on our land. People purposely buy from us for the fact that our food is good and it's clean and it's fair.
Okay, I'm Brian Griffith and we farm in Mount Hope, Ontario. The last 20 years we've been growing mixed hay for the horse trade. Whether it's genetically modified or not doesn't matter in a sense to us because we never spray it down anyway. I mean, you couldn't, otherwise it would kill all the grass.
Tim Tabbert from Renfrew County, Ontario. We grow mixed hay and we have never used spray on our hay crops. There's no advantage to genetically modified alfalfa. If we were going to spray it, it's going to kill the other grasses that we mix with the hay. And alfalfa puts nitrogen in, the grass uses the nitrogen. We're growing 2 or 3 crops at the same time.
If you have this invasion of Roundup Ready alfalfa, it creates another weed for other crops.
I think the question needs to be asked just exactly why these products are being developed. I haven't heard a hue and cry from conventional farmers suggesting that these types of products are actually needed.
I meet with other farmers, including conventional farmers, not just organic. No farmer is interested in GMO alfalfa. There is no agronomic benefit to GMO alfalfa for a farmer. The only benefit is to the seed seller because they gain control of that variety.
Largely our government and our corporations are trying to jam it down the world's throat.
It's another case of the big companies just trying to sell something we don't need.
Just for-profit piracy that's going on behind it.
The idea of coexistence is an oxymoron to me. The meeting was organized by the Seed Trade Association, Canadian Seed Trade Association, to give stakeholders a chance to voice their concerns about coexistence and to manufacture a coexistence plan, which they repeated over and over. By they, I mean the big boys, Monsanto and Reps. They repeated over and over they're doing us a favor, they figured, by letting us democratically voice our opinions. And they didn't listen to our opinions very well, but in the end the whole room was against them, so we were heard in the end. It won't make a difference, but we were heard.